I know some of us already knew this. You've known this rather. You're already seeing the sign. But what we want to do this night is to consolidate that knowledge and evidence that your frequency is changing. That means you are getting closer and closer. You are improved. You are better off. And it's important you know that because that encourages you to also continue because you can see you are making progress. You might not have seen the manifestation of your desired reality yet, but you can see sign that you are making progress. You can see sign that it's underway. Remember, reality is a frozen imagination. Even when you have internally shifted and it has manifested internally, it takes a while to become a reality. It's just like a water that solidifies. Between when it was water, liquid, to when it becomes solid, even though the temperature is decreasing, it still takes a while for the freezing to take place. That's exactly what happened because reality is a frozen imagination. Reality is an illusion. Reality is everything you see in reality is a frozen imagination and it's an illusion. It's an illusion because it's not real. Apply heat and everything can fizzle out because everything physical is subject to change because it's energy. All it needs is an increase in the level of vibration, and you don't see it again. And you don't see it again. Let me start tonight by quoting from the scripture that states that we understand God by studying the creation or the work of his hand. He said, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. God, eternal power and character cannot be seen. But from the beginning of creation, God has shown it. How did he show it? He showed it to us by what he has made. That is why people don't have any excuse. And the reason I read this every time is because of the religiously minded people that cannot understand what we are trying to do. Because they have been locked up in religion for such a long time, and it seems as if what we are discussing is new to them. So they have what is called cognitive dissonance. So I deliberately read scripture for them to understand that what science is discovering about us and our reality that we are studying is God already said it that look, by just studying what he has created, you can understand him. You can understand his principles. You can understand the way he wants us to operate. And if you plug in, then you can get the result. Then you can get the result. I would also like to say that some of the languages used in scripture are based on the limitation of the understanding of the people at that time. If the scripture are to be written today with the knowledge of quantum physics, you will be seeing some new words like energy, frequency, and vibration. For example, love, joy, and peace make you to be at a high frequency of vibration. But anger, hatred, and fear make people to do evil, and it's a low frequency of vibration, lower than love, joy, and peace. This is why as long as you are in Christ, full of love, joy, and peace, you should not be afraid of what anybody can do to you because you're at a high level of vibration. This lack of understanding is why you are afraid of evil. Is why you're afraid of evil. This is telling us the machination or mechanism of how evil work, of how evil so for example, if someone do what they will call like incantation or do juju to affect someone, this is how it affects someone. That's why some people, it doesn't affect them. Some people, it affects them. The people it doesn't affect are people at high level of vibration. The people it affects are the people at low level of vibration. So one of the power of relationship with God, with Christ, is the fact that if you abide by the scriptural principle, you will perpetually be at a high level of vibration. And that's why the wicked one cannot touch you. That's why the wicked one cannot touch you. Unfortunately, People don't understand, this is demystifying some of the mysteries. Like, for example, when the Bible says that, if ye then by reason with Christ, follow those things that are above. He said, and ye are dead, for your life is hid with Christ in God. He was talking about the fact that God is my protection. David said, the Lord is the strength of my salvation. Who shall I fear? The husband of my life, of who shall I be afraid? He said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You see all these statements. He's saying just one thing. The fact that God protects you. And how does he do it? Because he has set further principle. As long as you are at a high level of vibration, you're protected. You're protected. You're protected. It's a principle. But when the scripture was being written, the Bible just said, if you do this, this is what will happen. And which is good. But now we are now understanding the principle God put in place that made that to be our reality. Now we're understanding. So you know what that does for me? It makes it easier for me to be able to position myself and not to be afraid and to live a life free of fear. Fear of evil, fear of demon, fear of Satan, fear of any form of circumstance and situation. Why? Because I know exactly the character of evil and how it happened. And if it's going to affect me, I know what will make it to affect me. If it's not going to affect me, I know why it will not affect me. You know what that does for you? It liberates you. That's what the Bible, Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. That statement is very deep. That statement is very deep. That statement is very deep. You are free from lack of understanding of mystery. Because some preacher likes talking about mystery. When something is mysterious, they are trying to say it cannot be explained. Science is explaining it. That's why the Bible says it is the glory of God to conceal a matter. It is the honor of king to search it out. Kings in the world are searching it out. They're making us understand the principle that God has put in place in this, our universe, that make things work. So that even when you pray, how is prayer answered? Science is explaining it, validating the scriptures. Why you are protected and covered when you live a holy and righteous life, science is confirming why and explaining it. What that means is that you shouldn't be engaging in secret sin. You are not helping yourself. Living a life double standard, you're not helping yourself. Why? Because it make you to be at a low level of vibration and make you susceptible to the attack of the devil. Even though when it's written in scripture, it's written about the fact that if you do this, this is what happened. Now we know how it happened. That understanding should liberate you. So you now know the reason why you must live life pleasing to God. It should be exciting to live such life, actually. It should be exciting. Because you now know why you must live it. When you don't know, that's why I say people should don't serve God or live a life pleasing to God because you want to make it to heaven. If that's the only reason why, a lot of things can happen on the earth that will make you to change your mind. Maybe I can confess, I can repent, and God will forgive me. Now, when you live that kind of life, you don't know the implication. God will forgive, but you have not helped yourself. You have not helped yourself. When you know exactly what implication of your action, you avoid it completely. You avoid it completely. I'm spending a lot of time on that today just to let you understand why I always put this preamble whenever I have this conversation. God has set forth different systems on the earth. This make him not interfere in the way things are done. It make him not interfere in the way things are done. Why? Because he has put water cycle in place, phosphorus cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, and they regulate themselves. Also in your body, you have different systems. Nervous system, circulatory system, digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, muscular system. All those systems are designed to regulate themselves. That is the order of things in this world. The way God created you is exactly the way He created the universe and the way we should engage with it. Your stomach will have nothing to digest to give you energy if you don't eat food. By eating food, you activate the system. A baby will not be formed if you don't engage and initiate it through the spermatozoa meeting the ovum or the egg in the fallopian tube of the woman. If that process is not done to initiate, if that act is not done to initiate that process, the reproductive system will not happen. I'm trying to say that you are in control of that initiation. But sometimes we want to leave it as mysterious so that you can give reason why things are the way it is for you, even God has given you the power. So today, we're looking at understanding the evidence that your frequency is changing. Remember what frequency is. Remember, as a human being, you are always vibrating. You are emitting electromagnetic waves. Science has proven this from your brain and from your heart. The one of the heart is much more than the brain, but you are emitting this every now and then. It can be at a low level, it can be at a high level, depending. So when I talk about vibration, talking about the vibration of these electromagnetic waves. Now, when I talk about frequency, I'm talking about the rate of vibration of the electromagnetic wave per second. And remember, every possibility you desire in your life exists in the unseen realm. It exists in the unseen realm. If I'm going to attract it to myself, I need to match the frequency of that reality, either through prayer, through worship, through meditation, with faith, with affirmation, visualization. All those spiritual practices is to help my vibration to be able to be at a level that it matches the reality that already exists, because the Bible says God has given unto us all things that pertain to life and godliness. Everything is created already. Everything is created. Your job is to match it. It's like placing an order for something on Amazon. When you place that order for something on Amazon, the frequency of your vibration is your product code that enable Amazon to know what you order and to bring to you exactly what you order. So I'm taking time to explain frequency, particularly for those that might be joining for the first time. So you understand when I said evidence that your frequency is changing. Many people are at a very low level of frequency, low level of vibration. And it's not a good place to be. When you are sick, your cells are at a low level of vibration because your cell does not have energy to vibrate. Because they don't have enough energy, the cell is a sign that the cell, sickness is a sign that the cell does not have energy to fight. Sickness is a sign that the cell does not have enough energy to fight. Sickness is a sign that the cell does not have enough energy to fight. Because the cell can actually fight anything coming into the body to disrupt the peace of the body. It can fight it, but it will not be able to fight it when you're at a low level of vibration, because that's a sign you don't have enough energy. You don't have enough energy to be able to overcome that ailment. That's a sign that you don't have enough energy to overcome that ailment. I'm trying to combine two things here. I'm laying a very good important foundation for the concept of frequency, so you can understand how important this is in your life. So I can start my session now. Note that before anything exists physically, it must have first existed vibrationally. It must first exist vibrationally. Vibrationally. Remember, everything is a possibility, it's an unseen realm. Every possibility exists in the unseen realm. As for you to manifest your desire, your reality, you must be at a frequency that is in vibrational alignment with the possibility that already exists in the unseen realm. You need to become one with the consciousness of that particular reality. As you begin to practice what we are discussing about energy, frequency, or vibration, as it relates to your reality, it's important to know that when your frequency is changing to align with your desired reality, it's important to know when your frequency is changing. So what we want to discuss tonight is to know. So you'll be able to know, okay, with my practice, I'm making progress. I'm making progress. I'm making progress. So you're also encouraged to continue because you know, remember, reality is a frozen imagination. Reality is a frozen imagination. Reality is a frozen even when you have already created that desired reality internally, you just need to maintain that state long enough to get the desired reality to materialize physically. Please note that a frequency is a vibration that is consistently repeated. And for anything to change physically, it must first change vibrationally. If you want your reality to change physically, either you're looking for a job or wife or husband, whatever you're looking for physically, or money or a house or a car, whatever you're looking for physically, you must first change vibrationally for that change to happen physically. It's important that you know when your frequency is changing so as to prevent yourself from falling back into your old frequency. Remember that manifestation is shifting internally until you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. And you are then good with it and good without it. You are good with it and good without. That means even when what you desire has not happened, you're fine. You don't feel sad. You don't feel unhappy. You don't feel depressed. You don't feel emotionally down. Why? Because manifestation is internally shifting. If you have shifted internally and you maintain it, remember, reality is a frozen imagination. Reality is a frozen imagination. Reality is a frozen imagination. Please know that if you need to see your reality change before you feel good, then it will never manifest. It will never happen. Why? As long as you are slave to your eyes, as long as you are slave to your eyes and to your ears and to your senses in general, then your reality will make you a slave because it will control how you feel. You should not be allowing your reality to control how you feel. Ladies and gentlemen, you had the bad news. You were waiting for that interview. It didn't happen. You were expecting that money. It didn't happen. You're expecting that job. It didn't happen. If that make you feel bad, then reality is going to show you pepper. Because that's a sign, your old frequency, that's your old mind, your old synapse, neuron in your brain, which only reinterprets reality based on what it can see, will make you frustrated because you are not to see with your eyesight. You should be seeing with your mind sight. With your mind sight. You have prayed about it. If you believe it's answered, then you shouldn't be sad that it did not happen because it has happened when you prayed. But before it materializes, you must maintain a frequency. You must be in heaven. Don't be in hell. To be in heaven, you must create heaven internally. That means internally, there is no fear, there is no worry, there is no anxiety, there is no sadness. Because that's when you manifest this externally. When you ask if your frequency is changing, the real reason is because you are wondering if your new practice is working at all. This is my prayer. This is my meditation. This is my affirmation. This is my visualization. Is it even working at all? The reason why you ask this question is because you have not seen your desired changes. As long as you need to see these changes to feel good, you will not be able to manifest your desired reality because you need to be it before the world prove it to you. You need to become it before the world prove it to you. This is because you want the world to prove it to you through physical changes in your environment before you believe it, or before you feel good, before you're excited and happy. You will know that your practice is working when you notice that internally you are good with it and you are good without it. You are good with it and you are good without it. The security and self-doubt you feel when you begin to try out this practice is coming from your old mind, old synapse, neuron, understanding, knowledge, frequency. Because your old self is that if I have not seen the letter, I don't have the job. Your old understanding is that if they have not written me and told me when I'm resuming, I don't have the job. That's your old self, old frequency, old knowledge, old understanding. I must see it first. I must see it first. If I must see before I believe it, then I'm a Thomas, doubting Thomas. And doubt means you will not be able to receive, because it said, let not that man think he shall receive anything, because a double-minded mind is unstable in all his ways. It's unstable in all his ways. It's unstable in all his ways. Your old mind, your old understanding, your old frequency is like your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend that will not leave you alone because it is insecure. It is the old frequency that projects doubt to your mind about the effectiveness of the new practice, of your prayer, of your meditation, of your affirmation, of your visualization to manifest your desired reality. This is because it wants you to begin to question whether your reality has changed, and it wants you to be apathetic. Please know that your old frequency, the action of the old frequency can be likened to withdrawal syndrome. Withdrawal syndrome that happen in people who need to change. So someone is addicted to only saying seeing is believing. It's addicted. Seeing is believing. That's not true. If you only believe what you see, then you are very ignorant. You are grossly ignorant because you only see 0.0035% of reality. How on earth will you allow your life to be guided by 0.0035% of reality that you see? That's the spectrum of the visible light. Sorry, the coverage of the visible and electromagnetic spectrum, and that's the only thing your eye can perceive. So you can't have that mantra, seeing is believing. No, no, no. Seeing is not believing. You should be able to believe what you have not seen because you have seen it internally. Internally. So it's like someone that has Meniere's syndrome. This is because the chemical and hormone that are released based on your old frequency, which your body is used to by now, will not allow you to rest. The old frequency want to get you into the apathetic state, where it feels that everything you are doing to change your reality is just a waste of time. The old frequency wants you to conclude that your reality is not changing based on what you can see. Our eyes, it's a big challenge to manifestation. You must be able to understand the limitation of your eyes and not allow your eyes to guide you as far as manifestation issue is concerned. But you can't rely on this, your eye, because it only sees 0.0035% of your reality. So it can see your new reality that is changed because it cannot see your reality that is changing, that has changed because it is not visible. It can't see your new reality, that it is changed or it has changed because it is not visible. Please note that you don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind. Your eyes only collect the reflected light and send the message into your eyes. So when the message, the lights reflected are coming to your eyes, go through the conjunctiva, the cornea conjunctiva, enter the vitreous and aqueous humor, refracted through the lens, hit the retina, activate the red, the white and the rod and the photosensitive cell, rod and cone cell in the retina, and this send a message to the brain. So you only see the visible light, which is 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum, and this is very small compared to what is happening around you. You need to withdraw the power that you have given to your eyes, or that you have built upon reality, and the power you have given to reality. What your eye sees is a delayed materialization. The materialization already happened. It is delayed, and then you see it afterwards. Delay materialization of a frequency that you are vibrating in at any point in time. The old frequency wants you to judge your reality by what you see with your eyes, because that's why it's an old frequency. That's what you are used to. That's the way you have lived your life. You are 25, you are 30, 35, probably 40. And I'm telling you this at this time in your life, it's going to be hard. But it's good you know. So you can begin to improve and begin to change. And begin to change. Please know that if you need to see reality change before you feel the feeling, then you will never manifest your desired reality. Unfortunately, what you think is the destination, which is the feeling after you have your reality, is actually the starting point for manifestation. There are two tests that happen inside you when your frequency is changing. Number one, it seems nothing is changing outside. Number two, it seems things are even getting worse. When you see things getting worse, despite your practice for manifestation, you should be excited. You are being tested to confirm if you believe that your reality has changed. These two tests are to give you emotional instability, because both shows that the reality is not changing for the better. The goal is for you to be frustrated, apathetic, irritated, doubtful of everything you are doing to manifest your desired reality. The base of these two tests is the exploitation of the inadequacy of your emotional or vibrational resilience. Listen to that. This test, the basis of this test is to exploit the inadequacy of your emotional resilience. That's why you must be resilient. Keep at it. Don't be discouraged. Just continue. Why? Because your frequency is changing and you need to maintain it. That is inability to maintain a stable emotional feeling long enough to manifest a desired reality. That's the challenge. Remember that emotion are energetic vibration that compound into a frequency which manifests your reality. Anytime you are internally imbalanced and you allow this to persist, the God system of the universe will create a corresponding imbalance on the outside, because it must balance and create equilibrium. That's why you must maintain that internal frequency until your desired reality manifests. So if you become chaotic, doubtful internally, then the universe will bring condition, people, and events that will make your reality on the outside to become chaotic and doubtful, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So, what are the evidences or signs that your frequency is changing? Number one, the first among the signs that let you know that your frequency is changing for the better to produce your results, is that you begin to see more. You begin to see more. For example, you become more conscious and become aware of what is going on around you. You are now conscious of when you are being tested. You live your life in a way that even when people do things to provoke you, you maintain your calmness. You maintain your calmness. You remain cool, calm, and collected. You maintain your calmness. You remain cool, calm, and collected. You remain cool, calm, and collected. Because you are now more aware. You see more. You are seeing more. Because frequency in this context just means awareness, consciousness. Frequency is the lens through which you see your reality. A high frequency means you are seeing your reality through a clear lens. That is, you are seeing beyond the physical realm. So you begin to see more and hear more than what the physical senses can pick up in your environment. When you read the Bible and you are at a high frequency, you will see more revelation. You pick up more rhema. You discover new things. Why? That's why everybody read the same Bible, but people pick different things inside. They see different things inside. You know why? Because we're at a different frequency. We're at a different frequency. So that's why sometimes people pray to be at a high level of frequency to be able to perceive more when they're reading the Bible. And be able to, and you're wondering, how are you seeing these principles? How are you discovering these new things in the Bible? The reason he's seeing more than you is because of frequency. Those are the things that make you know. When you become more aware, you are more conscious. You even when someone do something to provoke you, even if you feel bad, you want to quickly get back. You don't want to remain that. You want to quickly get back. Why? Because you can see through that action. You know that you should not be controlled from external, you should control from internal. Internal should control external, not external control internal. You can't be living by happenstance. It is what is happening around that control how you feel. No, that's imprisonment. That's imprisonment. If what people do on the outside is what is making you to be irritated on the inside, that is imprisonment. That's imprisonment. You're imprisoned. You know, is it not a bad place to be? You can't control what people do, and you can't control how you feel about what they do. That's imprisonment. Serious imprisonment. Look, I don't care what the person has done. It doesn't matter how terrible what they have done. The way you feel matters. The way you feel matters. You must become very conscious of how you feel. You must, because it's not about them, it's about you. It's like someone not forgiving people that offended them and thinking they are doing that person evil. You are doing yourself evil. You're doing yourself evil. Number one, you see more. Number two sign that your frequency is changing is that you experience more. That means you now are able to experience more positive attitude of people towards you. It's like the world begin to open up to you in ways that it never did before. Like getting something you should have paid for free. People are just willing to dash you stuff. They are willing to help. They are willing to support. They are willing to give you that transaction, give you the job, give you the opportunity, send the link to you, send the opportunity to you. People are just willing to help, even before you ask or without begging. You experience more love, more positive attitude of people towards you. You just notice people are more positive. And you know why? You know why they're positive towards you? Either you like it or not. The way you think of people in your head affect them. Either you believe it or not, either you know it or not, because in this world we are not separated, we are connected. I don't know where you are joining this Zoom from, but either you like it or not, we are connected. In the spirit realm, there's no distance in the spirit. There's no separation in the spirit. So we are all connected. So if I think evil about you, you will know. Not because you know I'm thinking evil. You just saying something is not right. Sometimes you don't like someone, just wondering, I don't like this guy. I don't even know why. Someone will just hate you for no just cause. No just cause in the sense that there's nothing he saw you do physically, but there's something you have done in your mind that made him not to just like you. Just made him not to just like you. But when you begin to experience love, kindness, joy, people are willing to help, people are willing to support, people are willing to protect, to defend you. It's a sign your frequency is changing. And you should be excited. Number 3, sign to let you know your frequency of vibration is changing is feeling more. The feeling of emotion that you have not felt before. And this could include love, joy, peace, calmness, cool, calm, and collected. You are feeling more. You are feeling more at peace, even in the midst of challenge. You are feeling more at peace, even when things happen that are not palatable. You are feeling more at peace. You are more joyful, more happy, more loving, more caring, more. You are feeling more. You are feeling more. The feeling of more emotion that you have not felt before. This could be love, joy, peace. This makes you to feel differently in your day-to-day activity. No more feeling in the way you have been programmed to feel. Even when someone has done something terrible, you don't hate them. You know why? Your nature is changing. Your DNA is changing. Your frequency is changing. You cannot, it's just like a man that slapped the wife and says because of what the wife did. It's a lie. You didn't slap because of what he did. You are a slapper. You are not a thief because you stole. You stole because you are a thief. Such that if you never have the misfortune of stealing, it doesn't make you less a thief if you are a thief. You are not a slapper because you slap. You slap because you are a slapper. Such that if you never had the opportunity to be provoked to slap, it doesn't make you less a slapper if you are a slapper. But in this case, you have changed. So no matter the provocation, you will not even imagine it. You can't even, it doesn't even occur to you to slap. Why? Because the frequency has changed. You have changed internally. You have changed. You have changed. You have internally shifted. Your frequency is changing. So you're feeling better. You feel good. You're excited. Emitting the right frequency all the time. This makes you to feel differently in your day-to-day activity and no more feeling in the way you have been programmed to feel. We have been programmed to feel. It's like when something happens and you have been programmed to feel bad. If you don't feel bad, it's like, why are you not feeling bad about this situation? You know why you can't feel bad. You know why you can't be sad. You know why you can't be ashamed or afraid. that keeps you at a low level of vibration. Number 4, the first sign that your frequency is, the aim of this feeling more, rather, the aim is for you to live life, to live your reality by default, to live your reality by design, not by default. The reason you are programmed to feel the way you feel before is because you have been programmed to live life by default, not by design. You should be living your life by design. Determine how you want to feel, not the way they want you to feel. Number 4, among the sign, number 4th sign that lets you know your frequency is changing for the better is that you begin to react differently. That means what used to trigger you, and make you react does not trigger you anymore, but rather you respond positively to situation. So from abuse to any form of unguarded behavior of those in your space, you remain cool, calm, and collected. It is important to state that the way you react to reality in your life is an indication of your level of consciousness. If you're at a low level of consciousness, you react. If you're at a high level of consciousness, you respond. In reaction is outside in, outside control internally. In response, internal control external. In responding, internal control external. In reacting, external control internal. External control internal. In reacting, external control internal. In responding, internal control external. So, no matter what the people do, because you're at a high level of, you're so conscious of the implication of your action. That's high level of consciousness. So you respond. But when you are unconscious, you're at a low level of consciousness, you react, cause, do whatever, say. If you give me, I'll give you back. Good measure, praise and shake it together and run you over. Human beings, as many people, human beings are so ignorant, so ignorant, so ignorant, so ignorant, so ignorant, so ignorant. It's important.
You give to collect them.
You say what?
I say you give to, you collect them.
Yes, so some people in Lagos will say, I will change that I will change that for you, I will change that for you. How can you change for the worse? Does it make sense? I will change it for you. Why will you change it for him? Why will you change? You change for the worse? It doesn't make sense. But it has become a 10. I change them for him. I change it for him. Change it. I will change it for you. I will change it for you. I will change it for you. And he's saying it with us all confidence. Change it for you. Because that is the common verbiage in our society. The way you react to your reality shows the universe that you are still aligned to the low level of frequency. Please note, listen to this statement. Please listen to this statement. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. I'm about to say, don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Attention is alignment. Attention is alignment. Attention is alignment. Attention is alignment. What you give your attention to is what you are aligned to. What you give your attention to is what you are aligned to. What you give your attention to is what you are aligned to. What you give your attention to is what you are. So your reaction tells God's system of the universe that you are still at a low level of frequency, and this keeps you in the reality that you don't want. Note that your old frequency will try to gaslight you to reduce your progress in order to be able to trap you. The old frequency operates like withdrawal syndrome that make you to come back to where you used to be. All these signs have therefore been given to you today to be an indication that your frequency is changing, so as to encourage you to continue the internal work. Don't get discouraged. These are evidence your frequency is changing. You're getting closer. Because concentration is a centralization of energy, this information helps you to continue the work and centralize your emotion, which is energy in motion. And this centralization of your emotion increase your vibration, and this vibration compound to form a frequency so as to be able to attract your reality. Pay attention to the evidence that your frequency is changing, so you can feel satisfied emotionally. And not wait to see reality change on the outside. The less you need to see reality change on the outside, the more you move towards what makes you to manifest your desired reality. This is because the gap, which is the gap of importance between you and your desired reality, begin to close, begin to collapse. The less you need to see that reality change, the more you move towards manifestation of your desired reality. All right, I will stop here tonight, and we continue next week with another interesting topic. What have you learned tonight? Let me hear from you. Good evening. Christina is on number one on my list. Hello, Christina. Good evening. Can you hear me? Hello, Christina. Good evening. Okay. Ekene. Ekene, are you there? Hello?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Yes. Go ahead. Good evening.
Yeah. Hold on. Thank you so much for today. Sorry, I'm
Can hear
not.
you, sir. Good evening.
Oh,
Okay. Ekene, hold on. Christina, go ahead.
okay.
Christina, go ahead. Hello? I think she's having issue with her network. All right. Can I go ahead? I think Christina is still having issue with her network. Christina, maybe you should go out and come in again. Can I go ahead?
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for.
You are muted, Ekene.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for the reminder I want to give me, because I know I stopped for a while, and again I've not even been able to join this meeting. Despite it, anyway. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much. And attention is alignment.
Yeah.
Attention is alignment. Yeah. What you give your attention to, especially on main, especially on main, you will find out that that clear alignment will be tilting towards. That's where you'll be drifting towards. Attention is alignment. That's something I learned today. And then every other thing is an encouragement. You do you know anything about what this thing they call a meditation movie at the mind movie?
Meditation what?
Movie.
No, I can check that out. What's it about?
I stumbled on it on TikTok. It's part of say the manifestation. It's like a video or a slideshow of the visuals of the things you wish to manifest.
Oh, okay. Now, those practices are good but the goal is for you to change internally. Because if you have no practice is the best practice. You are the one that must change. So whatever works for you that can help you, prayer, meditation, visualization, affirmation, positive confession, whatever it is you. Because if you don't believe in what you're doing, then nothing will change. You must believe that through this practice, I will manifest my desired reality. All right, thank you.
Thank you
Christiana.
so much, sir.
Christiana, can you unmute now? See, you're still having issue with your... I can't hear you. You are not unmuted yet. Okay. Let me go to Grace while we wait for you. Grace.
Good evening, sir. Can you?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Good
Christiana,
evening,
go
sir.
ahead.
Can you?
Yes, I can hear you, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So what stood out for me is one of the signs that your frequency is changing is heightened consciousness. So you get to
It's 21 minutes.
you're not just, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. You are not just living or moving with the flow. You are more sensitive to what is going on around you,
Yeah.
and it is easier for you to test things. And because they said awareness is the beginning of, is it deliverance or transformation, all of that. So one of the important signs that your frequency is changing is that you become more aware, and it means that definitely something is changing and there is a result on the way. So that particular one stood out for, because definitely I know that my my rate of, is it rate now,
Yes.
the level at which I am aware of my world and the world around me is different. Like it differs from when I, like from months ago. Like if I count to, okay, maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, because of maybe the materials I've exposed myself to, the resourceful people I've listened to, I get to, when I'm in an environment, even my internal self, I get to be more conscious of what's going on in me and around me. So I guess that particular sign stood out for me. Like I can really relate with it, and the rest are also very, very crucial actually. But it's number that number one of heightened consciousness is very, very related to me.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Yes, Grace, go ahead. Hello, Grace, are you there? All right. I think Grace...
Yes, sir. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir. Um, yes, sir. Oh, I joined this meeting like 'cause I just came back from church. So,
All right.
but the point was where you were talking about, yeah, where you said no, when you are more, when you talk about one who still is not because it's not because you stole. The things we do actually, tells us who we have. So it's because you've not seen something to trigger it. Just like you make the instance of someone maybe who slap a man who slap his wife. It's not because he slapped his wife he became a slapper. That's who he is. But he hasn't gotten anything to trigger it. That's why we don't know that that's the side of he has that part of him. So, and that makes me see that, okay. And I started within me right there, just I started talking to myself within, like, okay, what are the things I've been doing? So does it tell me, okay, so that means whatever it is I do is who I am? Whatever it is. I don't know if you can hear me, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so that my actions, okay, maybe there's an anger issue that needs to be dealt with. And maybe because it has not manifested before. And I'm thinking, oh, is this person that pushed me? No, it's not actually that person that pushed me. It's because of, it is there, but
Yes.
because you've not seen something to actually trigger it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's making me like, okay, to pay attention that okay, if I'm doing something negative or I'm doing something I don't like, and I don't need to blame anybody that oh it's because of this person pushed me. It's actually telling me my area of weakness where I need to work. So with that, I will actually be more conscious of the things I do. Yeah, I will still listen to it again.
No
Yeah, I'll listen to
problem.
the record because I just came back from church. So yeah, I didn't really join on time. Yeah, thank you, sir.
No wahala. I hope people are enjoying your new president, Trump. Okay, Grant.
Good evening, sir.
Grant, go
Good evening,
ahead.
sir.
Good evening.
Thank you so much today for today's session. So, like the things you've been saying today have been like my experience this week.
Okay.
The struggle and that in between state of mind sight versus eyesight.
Yes.
For a large part, I had to be like a number of days this week. I had to reaffirm my conviction and talk it physically to myself and insist that reality was not telling the whole truth.
Yeah.
That was like so that happened on Thursday. Today again was just another day where I was just almost sad. You know that I was sad. And then I was going through my phone and I saw the map of consciousness. And then I was looking at it and seeing the energy levels, destructive energy, constructive energy. Then I check out the lower ones and I check which one am I feeling? It's not guilt, it's not shame. And also I was grieved. I was just sad. But again, as we were teaching this night and reminding um, us once again, for me, a reminder that the eyes really sees only 1%, less than 1%.
Yeah.
The ear also, the words we hear with our ear can only communicate to us less than 1%. All the physical senses can't even say the whole truth. And that God is still good. As in what happened, what was just describing, but is God is still like God is good, always good, and only good was one of the things I wrote down. Wow, like it's not just complete. We just never see it, and with the things we only see, we conclude only on what we see.
Yeah.
We'll be sad about something that might even be a good thing, but has not
Yes.
finished opening up.
Yes. Yeah. Very correct. What you just said now is very correct. Sometimes what is happening, if you have a helicopter view, maybe you thank God for it. But because you don't have that helicopter view, you just conclude. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, like as if with what you just said now, if you don't have the helicopter view, you will charge God foolishly, like Job. You so, I don't know, you just and well now to the signs. So when you spoke on the body and energy,
Yes.
yeah, that the cells can fight sicknesses.
Yes.
And treatment I heard a very long time ago was the body was designed to heal itself.
Yes.
Sickness is really not normal for the body. Like normal
It's a
state.
sign your body lacks energy. And because you don't have enough energy, you need something from external to help the cell fight. Basically, the body don't have energy.
So
And that means you're not managing your body very well. You're not managing your body very well. When you hold on, I saw a video today. I'll play it. Maybe I'll drop it on the group afterwards, but let me play that video. And the video was talking about what happened to your body after some hour of fasting. What happened to your body after some hours of fasting? and how the cell take care of everything. And I was talking about the fact that if you can just allow the cell, the body to rest and not, he said, in fact, when you eat and there's so much sugar in your system, it allows the virus to multiply. Hold on.
So autophagy fasting is about 17 hours.
Sorry, okay, there is a feedback. Hold on. I've sent it to the Sorry, I'm owning. My monitoring device is distracting. So what I would do, I would just 1 minute. I need some of you here to see that video. So I'm going to share it. I've dropped it on the WhatsApp group so you can see it.
Yeah. So autophagy fasting is about 17 hours in without food. Your cells will turn within and they'll start to heal themselves. And that was what Dr. Osumi's big discovery was, is that the cells clean themselves up. So what's interesting on this one, and this is something I really want to get out to the world, is that when you stimulate autophagy, what you're doing is you're turning on the intelligence inside the cell, and that intelligence is looking around and it's going, hey, there's a virus, there's a bacteria, get them out. So let's push these infections out of the cell. That mitochondria, it's not working well. We need to repair it. That endoplasmic reticulum inside here, it's lagging. We need to fix it. So it literally goes in and fixes everything inside the cell just at 17 hours. But one of the greatest studies that I've seen in fasting was done during COVID. And it showed that if a virus comes into a cell that's in a state of autophagy, it can't replicate. Viruses have to live off of your energy system. So when viruses go into a cell that's laden with glucose, they have a party in there. They love that. They munch on that and then they go out and they start replicating. If you were in a fasted state, when a virus comes in, it can't replicate. There's nothing inside that cell for that virus to take over and it dies.
Did you get that?
Yes, sir. Wow.
Do you understand?
Short-
So you can understand how powerful the body is. How
Wow.
powerful the body is. How powerful. So the real issue is knowledge. You know, it's so sad. Sincerely, it's painful sometimes when I see the way people live their life, lack of understanding because of not being able to discipline yourself. Your body can heal itself. It's designed that way by God. Whatever you bring from external, I've not taken drug for almost 2 years. Whatever you bring from external is actually because the cell does not have enough energy to be able to do the job. And when you load it, the body is using all the energy for digestion and absorption. That's why when you finish eating, you feel sleepy. Because all the blood supply go to your intestine and stomach to be able to bring enough energy for digestion and absorption. But that energy could have been used by the cell for other things. So the body is designed this way. So because the cell does not have enough energy, it vibrates at a very low rate. And you know what? The external influence of virus, bacteria, plasmodium parasite can overpower it. That's why sometimes when you are tired, it's because you have low energy. When you sleep, energy is built up. Because how is energy formed in the body? You inhale oxygen. You eat and it produces glucose after digestion. That glucose is transported by the blood to the cell. The blood also transports oxygen to the cell. Both of them enter into the mitochondria. There is a process called Krebs cycle that happens in the mitochondria. That Krebs cycle combines glucose plus oxygen and produce energy plus CO2. CO2 is transported back to the lungs for you to exhale it. The ATP energy is adenosine triphosphate. That's the energy molecule. It's stored in the body and utilized whenever needed. So when you don't have enough energy, it's a sign that the body is susceptible to attack. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I just marvel at it as just 17 hours. So
Yes.
this week I still do. So this week I think I did 12 hours.
Yeah, look, I'm
I
increasing little
just
by little. Increasing little by
I
little.
just woke up I just woke up that day and said I'm not eating. And I did not eat. I just went out. I just refused to and I just and
I do 24 hours between Thursday and Friday. So between Thursday, when I finish eating around 4, 5, I don't eat until around 6 p.m. on Friday.
whoa, wow.
Apart
So
from
I want to do 20.
apart from the 17, 18 hours I do every day.
Wow.
But I just try to do 24 hours once a week.
And you don't feel hungry, do you?
I will be
Or
talking, Steph. I will have training. I'll be talking, standing, talking. Because the body has store of energy and your body will adjust eventually. Your body has store of energy. Your body has store of energy. It will convert the stored glucose. The body is amazing and fantastic. I don't feel tired. I'm telling you. I don't feel tired. I will speak like that till afternoon, evening. If I'm eating, it's because I want to eat, because it's the time to eat, not because when you are hungry, what you don't know is that when you are hungry, it's not because there's no food in your body. People are deceived. There is a receptor in your stomach. Whenever your stomach is distended, extended, stretched, it sends a message to the brain that you are full. When the stomach is not stretched and it's shrunk, it sends a message to the brain that you are hungry. So what do? You drink water, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. Immediately water enters the stomach, hunger pang will stop because the stomach will communicate to the brain that there is food, there's something here now. Something here now. I'm telling you, something is here now. So just drink water, just drink water, just drink water. So you won't feel that hunger pang. Why? Because what is causing that hunger pang is the contraction of the stomach because the brain senses that there is no food. The body have energy, but because you're having hunger pang, you want to go and eat again. You have energy. You're not weak, but because you have not eaten and your stomach is making noise, you now want to go and eat. Just drink water. The hunger pang will stop. Drink a lot of water. Go ahead.
Wow. This is interesting. I will play this game.
Play it. Very interesting game.
Okay, so then I wrote that love gives so peace, the vibration of peace is energy to the body. Also, joy also gives energy to the body. And I found this that sometimes I would not sleep a lot in the night, maybe 2 hours or less. And I'll wake up the next day. And when I wake up the next morning, maybe I listen to something that inspires me, like something where I gain an insight into. And once I gain that insight, like a discovery, my body charges up and the sleep can dissipate.
Yeah.
And it happened to me first. And I discovered that there is more place the body gets energy from than sleep.
Yes. There's a store. You can actually bring it up. Yeah. There's a store.
Wow.
There's a storehouse.
Like those things charge up my physical strength. Yes, like once something breaks into my mind, I just become so charged up. So again today I reaffirmed my insight over insight. Like for today, I'm even encouraged. I'm not even double encouraged, especially with the things that happened to me this week where it was like, who is lying, the physical side or the mind side? And now coming again to realize that, physicality is just frozen reality. Temperature is changing. Over a period of time, physicality will give way because it's not reality.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm not even encouraged to, because I now find for me strength to be able to undo future things that will come in the future. And instead of even like maybe today now, I spent a lot of hours having to reaffirm truth to myself and say, no, this is it. God's thoughts are still good, and continue saying those different things to restore my state, my emotional state, to stay in that calm. Then if anything, I come across anything similar in the future, it won't have to take me 4 hours or 5 hours. I'll be able to handle it in shorter periods of time because now I can see, I'll be able to see clearer, understand faster, and not even have to switch emotional states because there are just more things happening than the eyes can see. So today, I'm really encouraged once again. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you. iPhone. Is that favor?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. It's Favor, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this session, sir. I think one of the things I took out from today's session is when you mentioned the fact that we have to see from within us, that see with your inner eyes. Um, Consciously doing that would actually help shift our mindset from the physical. And when you had mentioned something about the physical, I think it was 3 weeks ago or so, where we had a session here. And the next day at work, in fact, I had seen with my inner eyes, I had pictured, I had written it down, I had done everything. And then something happened. It turned out differently. I think I started to feel, I was like, just like what you mentioned today. I was like, but I strongly believe this has happened. So the reaction for me usually when something like that happens is maybe I'll be so sad, I'll come home, I'll cry, I'll do certain things. But this time around, I just noticed that even though I felt uncomfortable in my subconscious, I kept saying, no, I already understand, I already have this thing. This thing is done already. I couldn't. It was like me arguing with what I was seeing physically. Like I was seeing something physically, but within me, I just knew I had that inner peace. So within me, I just felt I felt confused. I'm going to say the truth because I really felt
Okay.
confused because I felt um am I really sure I am practicing what I am myself. That's the situation. But at the same time, I just couldn't, my mind couldn't, I couldn't, at the point where I was, because of how I had meditated or because of how I had spent time on the unseen, the scene was now looking like the life. So I was like, this thing can be. But
That is the place to
physically,
be. That is the place to be. That where the same you are getting to that point where what you are seeing, you're not even buying it. Because you are shifting so much internally that what is happening on the outside is like waste of time. Yeah. So you are at the right place when it's like what you're saying is a lie. That's the way it appears to you because internally, this is the reality.
thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. And you actually affirmed that tonight because yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And you actually affirmed that tonight because again, I was just telling myself, I was saying, is it me telling myself or is it? But I just, I could not. It's something that I within me know is done, and I don't know how, but I just know that what I'm looking at is not it. And I say that just like you mentioned, um, in fact, I don't even know after this session we just had because I would have been sad, I would have been moody, I would have been all of those emotions, nothing like that happened. It was just like normal. It was just like as though I had what I wanted already. And so it wasn't happening around me. And it was really shocking, even to myself. When I got back, I did not cry. I wasn't sad. I wasn't. The next day, I just picked up. And what I noticed with just what you mentioned tonight is that things started to align. So more activities, more other things, more things in the direction in which I'm going. Things started opening up in that direction
Good.
such that even things that I probably may have overlooked if I wasn't conscious, if I wasn't in that consciousness. I would have overlooked. I was quick to take it and then push it, quick to. So it started like shifting, like taking me in a direction that I want to go. And that brings me to what you had mentioned today around the attention is alignment. So it looks as though my attention was on the right thing. And so it started aligning me, in spite of the fact that I hadn't seen what I was thinking physically, but I just have a resolve in my heart that it's done already. I have other things to do. So my attention is not even to worry or to look at those things, but to continue to move. And that has shown me so much progress within the last 3 weeks than I
Good.
can ever imagine. And the
Good.
thoughts and the things that are coming on things that I should do. And I see myself working in that path. So I'm really very grateful. I think initially, now I understand with this class session today, now I understand why I've been feeling this past weeks and
Yes.
why those things have been aligning and why knowing that the reality is not what is bringing those things, but the things that I've already seen inside are already coming to be, despite the fact that it's basically happening. I think one of the things I took away is the fact that you said we begin to um react differently. So rather than reacting, rather we respond.
Yes.
And I have also seen that play out in different things. I
Mm.
think I even walked into the office one time and a colleague was like, "You seem to be like the person." What the person was saying to me, I can't put it in words completely, but the person was feeling the energy.
Mm.
Like the energy is different, and just like there's something different. There's something you're doing differently. And I'm like, oh, okay.
There's a
Because
lady, sorry, in
again,
favor to cut
I
you.
just want to
There's
say
a
thank you, sir.
lady
I'm really
recently
grateful.
who said exactly what you just said. He sent me a message. Unfortunately, she's not around this evening. Exactly what you said. You know, when people begin to see, it's like there's something just different about you. And he just started to say, I have a testimonial, and he was telling what people are telling her. Those are signs that your frequency is changing. Continue.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I think one even concluded that it was one AI. Are you sure it's not AI? Are you sure you're not doing something with AI that is reflected? I'm like, you
AI.
must be
I don't
joking.
understand.
But I
What's
want to say
AI doing
thank you
in all
so.
this?
I noticed even to the easiest of things. So, There's an AI tool in the office that we tried out, which was like Copilot, where you can be having conversations. I mean, you're talking to you're just speaking about your day and it's responding and it's just talking about life. You know, like what
Oh,
ChatGPT will
okay.
do.
Maybe you are
But in this
conversing with the
case, you are
AI, and
having
that's
like
how
a
you are changing.
conversation. Yes. And then, so when you're conversing, the AI will be saying things that you want to hear or saying nice things to you. And so those
Mm.
things will now make you now say, okay. So I think her mind, her thoughts were just going to different things, but I just understood it. I think the very first few days when we started the session, when we just started talking about the frequency and all of that, the very first few times, it was really tough for me. To the point where so simple things like when you walk into a store and then you see the price and all of that, i I see myself practicalizing it. So I even see myself get to certain points where I call to consciousness. So maybe I may have even made a mistake. So I walk into somewhere and they say, oh, this thing is this price, and then the normal self wants to just say, how did this get to this price? Yeah, that I just remember what we had in class. I say, oh, okay, that's nice. It's okay. Let me have it. If I have the money, then, and if I don't have it, it's okay. I'll come back and pick this. So consciously, I see myself consciously
Responding instead of reacting.
wanting to. Yes, yes, exactly. Responding instead of reacting, taking myself to that consciousness of the kind of frequency and how I ought to. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
It has
Favor.
really
Thank
been
you.
very
Thank you.
impactful.
I
Thank you,
love
sir.
this. I love this feedback. I'm happy we are getting there little by little. Itowe, good evening. Hello, Itowe, are you there?
Yes, sir. Please.
Hello? I can't hear you. Good evening. Can you hear me? Is it my network or your network? Can anyone hear him? Me, I can't hear him. Oh. I'm suspecting my network.
I can hear him, sir.
Oh, you can hear him.
Yes.
Did you say you can hear him?
Yes, his brain is working, but I can hear him.
Okay. Hold on. I need to change my network. Oh. Hold on. Let me see. All right. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, my network was misbehaving. All right. Itowe, you can go ahead. Itowe.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yes. Good evening.
It has been an interesting movie.
Can anyone hear him? It's like he's breaking. Grams,
Yes,
can you hear him?
no, I'm not hearing him. His words are breaking.
He's breaking.
Line is
Itowe, maybe you should go out and come in again while we listen to Toby. Toby, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Thank you for the session. Though I joined in late,
Okay.
having power issues.
Okay.
But yeah. So, but one word that stuck with me: living by design, don't live by default.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I think I got in around when you were talking about it. So maybe I would listen again to get the context of it, but it's one word that just stuck with me tonight.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Victor, you have removed senator from your name because your president is being accused of sexual harassment. You don't want to be associated with him. Victor. Hello, Victor, are you there? Victor. Your voice is far away.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, it's a lot better. I said you remove senator from your name because you don't want to be associated with your president that is being accused of sexual harassment.
Yes, so let every man stand on his own. Every man has his own body. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you doing, sir?
Fine.
Yesterday, last week was because I can't remember. I think last Sunday was the first Sunday since I started joining this program that you were available. Nothing usually prevents.
You know, sometimes currently, to ensure I don't miss today, last week, I didn't know I would be traveling. So I had a program already scheduled for afternoon, and I needed to start that program and get someone to conclude it. So I put my flight for 6 p.m. I put my flight for 6 p.m.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I was airborne. Me, I can hear you. Can anyone hear me?
Hello, sir.
Yes, You are audible, sir.
I think it's Victor's network. So I was airborne at the time of the program. So I went for again. So I travel again today, and I had to put my flight early because I don't want to miss this evening. It's the first time I miss. So sometimes I'm at different location when I'm talking, at different location. So, so that was what happened. Okay, Victor is out. Itowe, are you okay now? Is your network okay now?
Think it's better. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, it's an interesting time this evening, sir. Anytime time.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
I'm hearing you, but it's breaking. I don't know why. I think it's your network or something.
My network has been terrible since around 4 p.m.
Are you serious? Continue. Let me see if I can see you a little.
Yeah, it has been an interesting moment. And our program for December has a great effect in my. No, I've not been available since January 20. Not the project I was mentioning on December.
Okay.
I'm traveling from one state to the other.
Okay.
Mostly, you can't say that it's about frequency and it's about from the perspective within.
Victor, go ahead. It should be better now. Itowe is out again.
Oh, okay. Yes, so I could not hear you because I think the network went
No, I
off.
was just explaining what happened, that I was airborne and I had to, the program I went for, I had the second leg of the program this week, so I had to put my flight earlier because I had 2 programs today. I canceled today. I had 2 invitation. I canceled both of them because I wanted to ensure I don't fly in the night today. So I canceled both of them. I thought you would be able to make it. So I fly in early, so I'll be able to make it tonight. So I don't want to cancel this night. I don't want to go because I was going again because of the 2 invitation.
But the invitation is not every day now, so at least it's understandable that you are not available for 2 weeks.
But I didn't want it to be 2 consecutive weeks.
Wow. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So today I think we were talking about how to manifest. I did not. You were talking about someone getting healed from sickness. I didn't get that earlier part. And I think like someone like talking about.
I didn't get that.
He said when I joined, we were talking about before. It was I think it was a preamble before you.
Okay.
How people get healing from ailments through their thoughts. I don't know what you were trying to explain there before you started.
How people get healed? I think I was talking about how to overcome. I think my emphasis was overcoming the character of evil, such that if you are in the right state, that it's important you understand how evil affects you. So, for example, if someone is doing juju, the only reason that it will affect you is because you are at a low level of vibration. And about the fact that I was trying to explain how that science is proving how holiness, living a life of holiness protects you. How living a life full of love, joy, and peace protects you. Not just health-wise physically, by ensuring that you don't have too level of cortisol, you have the good hormone in your system, but even spiritually, the fact that you're at a high frequency, the character of evil is at a low frequency. But if someone is trying to do something against you spiritually, it cannot affect you because that's a low frequency of vibration. You are already at a high frequency of vibration, so you are above. And the Bible says, he that is above all. So I was trying to demonstrate that when you understand some scriptural statement, which I believe because of lack of understanding of science at that time, it was just made as a statement. But now science is proving it through quantum physics, how those statements happen. As in, it's like, this is what God said, now science is validating it, such that you now know the reason why you must live that way. Because when you know why you should do something, you are not doing it because it's a religious statement, or because God said, or because of heaven or hell. You are doing it because you have an understanding of the implication. So you find it, for me, it makes me find the will, the discipline, what is required to be able to live that way. Because I now know why I must live that way. Someone said, when you know why, you can bear anyhow. When you don't know why, you can't bear anyhow. So I was trying to explain that science is demonstrating to us why, when Paul said, when the scripture said, he that dwell in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, how that protection happened. Science is demonstrating it. And why you should be encouraged to want to live that life, not because of a pastor saying it or the Bible saying it, but because you now understand why it is necessary for you as a human being. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that was what I was emphasizing when we started.
Oh, yeah. So I have a question, sir, because you talked about that when you are expecting something and it doesn't come, that we should not allow our height to be our limitation.
Yeah.
That we should always see from our mind side.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to also and talking about vibration. How do you explain, because there's a part of the Bible, and I think someone was even sharing recently that Esau, that's one of the things that made that even despite him losing his blessing, one of the reasons why he became successful because he was restless. So I wanted to ask, what is the place of restlessness in this spectrum of?
You should leave that word restless. He performed a physical action. Leave the restless. When you're using, it's important that, and that's why I have issue with people when they read the Bible, rather than to go and check the root word of a particular word, you just use it recklessly. Avoid the word restless. The fact is that you perform a physical activity. For you to manifest, three things must align: spiritually, mentally, and physically must align. Those three realms of existence must align. So that means why you have faith, why you create heaven within through love, joy, and peace, why mentally you are declaring and you believe it has happened, you're also doing physical activity in that direction. All of them must align. You can't be believing God for a job, you're having affirmation, visualization, you are having internal peace, but you're not applying to any place. Do you understand? So you must do something physically. When so everything can align for you to be able to see the effect of what you want to manifest. So what I'm saying, all I'm saying does not mean you don't have to do, you must do physical work. Physical work is dead. There must be physical work you are doing. You can't fold your arm and do nothing.
So okay, so for Esau now, what was his frequency? Because how do you
How do you what?
What was the frequency of Esau now that made him? Because that state of restlessness just meant that he was always looking at what he can do. He was always he was just dissatisfied with his present condition. So is there a way we can? Do you have an idea of what vibration that state that he was in?
Nothing happened in the physical realm without you aligning in the mental realm. Nothing happened. If anything happened in the physical realm, it's because you have aligned. Either consciously or unconsciously, you have aligned. Just know that. Either consciously or unconsciously, you have aligned, because that is the. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Me, I can hear you loud and clear. It's like you're not hearing me. Hello? Okay, I think Victor is having issue with his network again. Can Grace or Grant hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can hear you.
Okay. So I think it's Victor
Hello?
that is having. Victor, can you hear me now?
Hello, sir.
I can hear you. I think your network is bad again.
Can you hear the work?
I think your network is bad
I
again.
agree.
Victor, I think your network is bad.
Yes, I don't know if you can hear me now, sir.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ah, can you hear me? All right, sir. Can you hear you?
Okay, maybe what we can do later, you can call me and we can discuss on this so that we can close. Since you can't hear me, I will chat you. So we can discuss this afterwards. Since you are the only one here to speak and the network is not being friendly. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. It's another interesting time with you today. See you next week.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Victor, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, sir. I could not hear you before.
We are already closing. Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Because we didn't hear you. Okay. Did you hear the last thing I said? I said there's something that you must understand today. For anything to happen physically for you, either you like it or not, either you know it or not, either you understand it or not, you are vibrationally aligned one way or the other. That is why it manifested, even though you might not know, or you might not even know what you did. But the fact is that you are in a state of mind, mentally, you had peace in your heart, and you did the right action that brought that thing to happen. That's the way I will explain what happened to Esau, because that's the order of things in this life.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. All right. You've not told me what you learn, no, Victor.
Hello, sir.
Grant, go ahead.
But I have one question.
Go ahead with your question.
Yes, at the place where you said a person slaps not because of the condition or
you slap because you are a slapper, not because of what the person said.
Yeah, so there is a statement or a statement I heard where it was said that every human being is capable of doing what another human being did if they are given the same circumstances. What do you say about?
That's not true. You cannot slap if there's no slapping in you. When you match a cockroach, blood does not come out. What you do under pressure is because when you squeeze something, it is what is inside that come out. No matter the pressure you put people under, if what it takes to slap is not there, if what it takes to call, let me give an example. When I was growing up, my mom, when I do something very terrible, do you know when you want to abuse me or talk to me, you know what I said? Ayela Dalai. That's the way my mom talk. And she's so used to it. She doesn't have what it takes to cause, to abuse her son. I'm talking about growing up. No matter what I do. Because she doesn't have what it takes to say those kind of words. What you do is what you can do. It's not because of circumstances. It's because something is inside you need to deal with to ensure you don't behave this way. It's like cheating in relationship or in marriage. You can give an excuse that it's because of what the lady did or the way she dressed. Someone else in that situation will not. Because what it takes to cheat is not in him. He just knows what to do to look away or to walk away. Why? He doesn't have what it takes. So what you do is like someone saying, what's the name? I can't control myself. I can't control myself. When I see a lady in skirt, I can't. If you are already smooching, kissing, and want to sleep with the lady, and lady says, sorry, I want to tell you something. I have HIV. Are you still going to continue? Suddenly you realize you can control yourself because there's an information that makes you to control yourself. Rather than waiting for that information, you can live your life in a way that you have resident information that make you to know that there are some boundaries you must give yourself as a human being. So don't give excuses for stupidity. Just know there's something I need to deal with and deal with it, rather than explaining and giving excuses.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah, this is how I concluded the statement that no matter the pressure, it is only what is inside the thing that will come out.
That's the reality.
Okay, sir. But I now have yet another question.
Go ahead.
That what is the place of circumstances changing people? Like, there are certain situations that
you think the person change. Let me tell you. You see that circumstance is revealing the guy to himself and revealing the guy to us. So the guy is meeting himself for the first time. And we are meeting him for the first time. So the guy does not know that is inside, but the circumstances brought it out. Now he can know that this is the tendency, then he needs to deal with it. So it is not the circumstances that make it to happen. It's because it's inside. It's because it's inside. What you can do is what you can do. What you cannot do is what you cannot do. Why? Because what it takes to do it is not there. It doesn't, sometimes it doesn't even occur to you to do it because it's not your reality that this is what, to some people, slapping is normal because they grew up in domestic violence. In fact, I know ladies who have come out to say their husband is boring and they want to leave the marriage. Why? The husband is too nice. I'm telling you, the husband is too nice. The husband does not, if you say something, okay, that's fine, we can go ahead, that's fine. The husband provides support, the husband will not cheat, come home on time. This lady is used to cheating boyfriend. It's normal. He's used to beating, slapping. It's normal. He now met someone who is a normal human being because she is abnormal, but she doesn't know until he met a normal human being. And she's complaining, she's frustrated because her normal is chaos.
Wow.
That is how people can become so damaged. Our normal is chaos. It's sad, but this is the reality of human beings. How can someone be complaining that because, in fact, one, the husband used to cheat. When the husband became born again, the husband started coming home early, does not cheat, behaving well. The lady is sad. Oh my God. Look, I don't even know. You need to, that's why you're married. You need to know the history of the guy or the lady you're marrying. I'm telling you. Because of that, some people are coming with a lot of trauma that they need to be deconstructed and helped so they can become a human being because they are malfunctioning and they don't know they are malfunctioning. They don't know they are malfunctioning. Human beings. Because they are malfunctioning, normal thing become abnormal to them. It's abnormal that is normal because they are malfunctioning because of their history and the trauma in their life.
Oh. Okay, sir. So I think this one has not even come to me. So that no matter the circumstance, the person just did not know they had the tendency.
Exactly. So this situation now revealed himself to himself for the first time.
Wow.
And revealing that situation also revealed him to us for the first time.
Wow. Nice. Wow. I think I find one more. I think I find this to be true for other aspects where sometimes I would not even know, like when some very scary situations happen, I will now discover that I know some passages, some places in the Bible that I did not know I knew before.
It come out now. It's what is inside that will come out. That's why it's memorize scriptures. Because it's when you're in that, it's what is inside that can come out. If it's not there, it's not there.
Yes.
It's not there. It's not there. What is not there cannot come out. The Holy Spirit cannot bring it to your remembrance if it's not there in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Wow. So for me, that one even now confirms this, that just the way I did not even know I knew some things until there were serious situations. And then suddenly everything.
Yes. Situation will bring it out.
for the other person too that does evil, it was also inside. They just did not know it was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pressure now exposed the real being that is
Exactly.
inside.
You get the point. When you're in a pressurized environment, you're under so much pressure. You don't realize that, oh, this is a tendency. Okay, I need to deal with it. This is a tendency. I need to deal with it.
Wow, as this is profound. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Have a great, great week ahead, and bye-bye.
You too, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night,
All
sir.
right.